Are we starting?
We are starting.
Are we starting?
We're starting.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling?
Recording there and there.
In here?
I don't know. Not usually.
Fair enough.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi.
You guys know me. I'm Liam. And,
Do I
oh,
introduce myself or do you introduce me?
I mean, it hasn't been a guest. Cameron's here.
Hi, it's me, Camron.
Yeah, if you guys, maybe noticing, Oliver's not here. He's missing. We're not going to go into that because... Yeah, we're not going to go into that. But Cameron's here instead. So honestly, I think that's kind of an upgrade, I would honestly... Why you don't do it? Honestly, I'd say this is an upgrade, You guys are getting the better deal today. Which is great because we actually have a... Did you take that off on purpose?
Yeah, no advertisements.
I love that.
Fuck you. They're not sponsoring us.
Exactly. If you want your brand to be on... If you want your brand to be on camera in this, you have to sponsor me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little cash.
I am also, if you do get sponsored by this company, I am asking for 10% of what you make.
I'm just not going to tell you, then I get sponsored. I thought we'd start off today with a review that I've been told.
Review?
Yeah, I was given a review of the podcast because some people at the university, they've actually discovered the podcast and they've been watching it. So I was given a review.
Oh, okay.
And it was of the most recent episode, so episode 0, the one with Matthew.
Oh, okay.
That was filmed in January of 2022, so it's an old episode. Yeah, I was keeping it in the archives for a rainy day. But the review was, to be honest, a little bit boring at the beginning. I skipped 20 minutes in, and you were suddenly talking about curriculum. Seems funny, I guess. Thanks, Lisa, for the review. Appreciate that. Hopefully, this is going to be better. Starting out, we're not going to be talking about course load.
There's nothing better than it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, I guess.
That's like the lowest form of funny. Is I mean, if you kind of look at it a certain way, it can be humorous. That's
in defense.
Yeah.
She didn't go for the low-hanging fruit, which was the audio is atrocious on that video because we were sitting side by side with microphones, and 3 minutes into the episode, I unplug mine to take it out of the holder, but then I plug it back in, not realizing that means the recording stopped. So then I had to resync. I had to line up the two audio clips from me with Matthew's audio clips, which goes to my phone. It was atrocious. It was a mess. Honestly, I'm glad that it didn't continue from there because it was not a good setup. But yeah, you know what? First review could have been worse. I mean, it was of the first episode ever.
We're improving.
We're improving. I did recommend Tyler check out the Obama roleplay story.
Don't fucking watch that.
Or the body pillow,
Well, the body pillow
which clearly, the two most viewed episodes of the podcast, most listened to.
Are those two?
Yep. Until the body pillow episode came out, Obama roleplay, top of it.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that story. I hate it with all my heart.
I don't. I love it. But don't worry. Today's not about embarrassing you.
Oh,
you're doing me a favor, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to embarrass you.
I got called in about 15 minutes ago to come in.
We're gonna.
So
he's not that far off.
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention to what you're saying.
Liam.
I don't have a romantic partner, and I'm fine. That sounds.
All right, here's where we're gonna edit in the crying Discord calls. You're gonna put those in, right?
I don't record those.
I'll send them to him. And if he doesn't edit them, just know that they do exist. He's lonely. He's looking for a girl. He is. If he doesn't edit them in, again, just know he's a coward, but he's a lovable coward. It's okay to be emotionally vulnerable.
I don't know how I feel about what you just said.
There's a lot of emotions that you should be feeling, and they're completely valid. It's normal to feel these emotions after something like this.
Some days I'm like, why don't I have Cameron over more? And then you actually come over. I'm just like, you leave. I'm just like, I get it.
But he always invites me back.
Because I forget.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing, you leave in a few weeks. I'm like, why don't I have Cameron over again? Why don't we do it so often? And then you come over and you do stuff like this. And I was like, oh, that's right. I like keep my singleness to myself.
He loves me as a friend. We all know it. I'm one of his best
not
friends.
particularly. I don't actually.
He does.
I'm finding through this podcast, I actually like most of my friends. I have friends on the podcast. I'm like, I don't really like them anymore. That's why Oliver's not here anymore.
He loves me. It's fine. We're great friends.
You're here for content.
He thinks I'm just a content farm, but we're friends. We're friends.
I wouldn't really agree with that.
We are. He's just doesn't want to be emotionally vulnerable at the moment. I get it.
Okay. All right. So you're diabetic.
Well, all right, cool. Yeah, no, hit me up with this. Okay, well, where are we going with this one?
I'm sure you can take a guess. Take a guess where you think I'm going with this. You being a diabetic.
How does it feel to be a diabetic? The life of a diabetic? Can you eat sugar, fat boy? I don't know. What the fuck do you want?
Did you ever fear needles?
No, I mean, I hated getting needles because they hurt, but I never feared needles, no.
But now you're like, are you now just like desensitized, or do you like it?
See, a lot.
Do you like my blood sugar's low? How do you inject myself?
If you can show me a diabetic that wants to inject themselves, I'll suck you off. I just will.
See, if you hadn't said that second part, I actually could have showed you a video. But
wait, are you serious?
No, this guy seemed pretty happy in this TikTok. He's some guy who he teaches like diabetics how to work out and stuff safely. And he was doing it. And he's super pumped to he's getting it ready. He's super pumped. And this girl comes up and she's like, "Hey, I think she's like, my mom's a diabetic. I do that for her all the time. Mind if I stick you?" And he just gets super pumped. He's like, "Really? You know what you're doing?" "Yeah, for sure."
I would never let another man or any person for that matter stick me with my own needles. The only person I think I've ever let do that was my mother. And now it's because
you were dying.
I was dying, and she's my mom. I exactly with my life. See, I actually, funny enough, I actually get that question a lot. Are you desensitized to needles?
I feel like that. Really?
No, absolutely not.
It's multiple sticks a day.
Yeah, so every time I eat, essentially.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can bundle them together, if you have a snack.
So how are you not desensitized to needles?
Because I still got nerves. There's still nerves in the skin.
But heroin addicts are desensitized. They love it. They salivate at it. They're like,
because it's heroin.
Needle.
Because it's a drug.
So placebo effect.
That's not.
Instead of taking insulin,
you're just saying
yourself
words.
You're taking.
You're just
heroin.
saying words.
Yeah, that's how everything works.
No,
okay?
but they're making no. What the fuck do you mean placebo?
Tell yourself that it's not. That it's actually heroin, not insulin. You get hooked. That's how addictions work.
That's not how that.
No, that.
He's
Don't
just
look
mad that he's wrong.
Cameron, there's literally nothing about me that's ever been wrong, ever gonna be wrong, or ever could be wrong.
Okay, buddy.
I kill it. I wake up in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Truly.
Walk around outside during the day. Right.
Truly amazing.
Go to bed at night.
Yeah.
I do it right.
So I call cap. But back to the question, actually, because funny enough, I have a story for this.
I like the story. I actually have a story too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
No, I want to hear your story. Is it a funny story?
Kinda, actually.
That's what I like to hear. I was gonna cut it if it was not.
No, okay, go on. I'm glad. So I had family over a little while ago in the summer.
Yeah.
And my auntie from out of town. I love my family, I do, but sometimes
me too.
Family,
I love your family too.
I'm gonna continue to move past that as if that's not creepy and weird. Because again, I want to keep a friendly relationship here, but I will fuck you up after.
There's nothing weird about that, okay?
As I was saying, all right.
I find your family quite enjoyable to be around.
Liam, I think you've met my mother.
And if she's a good indicator of what the rest of the family is, then why not?
She's not. My mother's a great exception to the family.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Oh.
I mean, I love my auntie, my grandma, but my family from out of town can sometimes be a little much.
I'm going to send this to them. I'm going to send this to your mother, and she's going to send this to them.
Okay. You can do that.
Okay.
They can hear this.
Are you ever going to tell the story?
You know who you guys are.
Are you going to say the story?
What?
Or are you just going to keep
Because you keep on interrupting me, you motherfucker. Okay, so family comes from out of town.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And my auntie, God bless her.
God bless her.
She has no idea about how sugars work or anything.
Totally.
So she'll say shit to me why don't you just cut out carbs?
Yeah.
And it's
exactly.
Are you going to keep on doing this? You're a bastard. You know this. I'm trying to make a good podcast here. I'm trying to help. You ask me a question. I'm going to try and tell a story to relate to this.
I'm being an engaging listener.
You're not. You're very.
I'm actively listen. I'm an active listener. I am engaging in active listening.
This motherfucker doesn't know what silence is, does he? Audience, you know what's up. Type in the comments.
Silence on a podcast is killer.
I'm talking like there's vocal noise happening here.
And I am giving something worthwhile to listen to.
Oh, this motherfucker. As I was saying, she comes in from out of town. Doesn't really know much.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is because you twist. There's like a vial in a little thing, and you twist it. And it's like a screw. You're getting on my nerves, man.
Do you want me to stop?
I'm about to walk out, Liam. Sometimes you can just listen to a story, and when you hear natural pause, you go, Yeah, not every second, not every sentence.
Okay, I get it.
Okay,
I'm listening.
Okay,
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Oh, we cool?
I hear you. Okay.
Okay.
I hear you. I'm listening.
Okay. So.
Sorry, I was about to do it again.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're about to do. You fucking...
Just give me a sec to like compose myself, okay?
Give me a sec.
I'm not gonna be a bitch. Little bitch though. I'm gonna be a little bitch.
Okay.
Like the usual bitch.
Yeah, of course. So just you, normal you. But I run out of my twisty thing, like my insulin, because it twists to a certain extent, and at the end it'll just stop, and so I'm like, oh shit, and it was like a unit or something like that, and for those at home who don't know, a unit of insulin is nothing. It's nothing.
Okay, it's nothing. Never mind.
I mean, when you're taking like 23 units or whatever, and you get to like 22, it's like you're not gonna die if you don't take the extra one. And it's like. And I looked at my mom. I'm like, "Oh, mom, I'm down a unit." And she's like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sounds good, right?" Yeah. And my auntie looks at me and she goes, "Oh no, sorry, I actually got the story wrong. I got it backwards. Actually, I'm sorry."
Your mom is the one who has no idea how sugar works.
No. That's.
What did you get wrong?
It wasn't that I had one less. It's only that I had one.
Oh,
that was the part.
So you only had one.
So I only had one unit. Because now I remember the story. Was because I twisted it and it went for like one unit, and again it was nothing, and that's why I was so ready to just be like, I won't hit it, because like you poke myself for one, you squeeze it in, you take it out, you have to undo everything, get a new vial, and then twist it all up again.
Oh wow,
so I twisted to one, I'm like, oh shit, okay,
that is a lot of work,
and fucking bitch, and I'm like, oh, okay, so usually when something like that happens, you just press down and it just squirts out. And my auntie was like in distress about this, because she's like, "You're a fucking bitch." You know?
What? I'm listening to you.
I feel like this is how people with schizophrenia feel, like constantly. Like there's just a voice constantly berating them in their head for everything they say. Like,
I'm your schizophrenic voice.
Like you are. Like I feel like this is to some degree what it's like, and I feel so bad for them, you know, like if this is what they have to deal with. Fucking hell.
Sorry. It's fun.
Oh, so great. This is gonna make for great content, isn't it?
I don't know, I think it will.
Viewers, I hope you like this. I hope you love this.
At least I hope the review of this episode's better.
You know what? I hope so too. I hope was it Lisa?
Yeah.
I hope Lisa, I hope you love this. I do. I really do. But I remember I spit it out or whatever, like, and my auntie was in fucking distress. Yeah, my auntie was in.
Do you do a trick with it? You're like, "Auntie, watch this," and you get right in the face.
I should have just to assert some dominance. But she was in like distress. She was like, oh, "You guys are wasting medicine. I would never. I would never. I'm like, you can poke yourself twice when you have to poke yourself, right?" And she's like, "So you're just gonna waste a unit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna poke myself." And she goes, "Well, aren't you used to it?" And that's what it is. It's like people are like, you think that when you poke yourself, you get used to it, and you don't, because your skin can harden, right? I mean, I've had parts in the back of my arm because I use them so often for injections, that have like the skin kind of gets tough and it's harder to poke a needle through.
You just peel that off with a knife.
That's not how that works. I'm not a fucking reptile.
That's how I do it.
You're not.
If my skin gets hard, I just.
That's inhuman.
And then I put the Band-Aid on it until it stops bleeding.
You need to see a doctor.
I don't go to the doctor.
That's probably a bit of the problem, ain't it? That's a bit of the problem.
I breathe. I walk okay. That's all I need.
Liam's a skinwalker confirmed.
I'm afraid of doctors is confirmed.
Skinwalker confirmed. That's just what it is. You're a skinwalker.
I don't actually know what noise to make.
Fuck.
Way to almost go.
Yeah, but I caught it, so.
That's why I said almost.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like people are like, do you get used to the needles? And it's like, no, you really don't. You still feel. Sometimes they're easier. You get used to kind of like going through the motions, but shit still stings every so often. Like it still hurts. Like I don't go like, oh yeah, it's mundane. It's like it's something I have to do, but when it stings, it still stings. You know.
So, like, when you go to like get a needle, like a flu shot,
Yeah.
are you like anxious for doing that, or is it like a whatever?
No, it's completely different.
Really?
Have you seen my needles?
I have seen your needles. You've threatened me with them.
Okay, maybe I have. I won't deny
Many
that.
times at lunch, I've actually feared for my life eating. I stopped sitting beside you because I would say one joke and you'd be doing your insulin and you just. And it'd be like you trying to kill me. No one would ever do anything. It'd be like I could see the needle and you just done it all.
Okay, I think this part's exaggerated.
No, it's not.
When have I?
Many times you've like dragged me.
Have I had the case on it though?
You literally been like about to eject yourself, and then I've said something. You've grabbed me, and you've gone to like stab you with it, and I've like.
I feel like I'm being gaslit here.
No, you've generally threatened my life with it.
No, I feel like this is
because you bring it close, and I've fallen to the floor to get away from you. You like come down, you're like Liam. I'm like please.
Okay, no, this is exaggerated. I know this part's
not exaggerated.
No, this is a lie.
This is 100% truth.
This is a lie.
You have threatened me with your insulin needles many times.
I think there was one time, and I did it with the case on because I knew that the
case was off.
It was a double case, and you can't. And I think I stuck it with it because the case you can't go through the case.
I know once you did it to yourself, and then you went to go try and get me with the needle.
No, this is gaslighting.
No, it's
this
not.
is gaslighting 101.
No,
because
you were my childhood bully.
No, this is lies.
This
is slander.
You were my childhood bully.
No, this is fucking slander. Because that is actually dangerous to sting someone. I would never actually threaten them with an insulin needle. A knife, maybe, but an
knife too.
Knife, I've 100% done that. I've done that to everyone. I've done that to all my friends.
You were my childhood bully. You know that.
Really?
This isn't news to you. You used to assault me behind the car.
Apparently, childhood bully.
Before you had diabetes, you were a bully.
I was bullied. What the fuck are you talking about?
You used to assault me behind the garbage can.
They said I had flapjacks for titties. Let's not. Let's not try to turn the narrative, Liam.
I never said that.
You might not have said it, but you were a bystander, Liam. You were right there in the gym locker room. Yeah, don't try to deny it.
Well, yeah, what am I going to do? Say something?
Stand up for me!
Why? Because I'm going to get bullied.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Self-preservation, Cameron, okay? I'm sorry.
Liam.
I would defend you now.
Oh, yeah.
But back then, self-preservation. Okay, it was every man for themselves. And also, I would never... You bullied me. We would come out the door for recess and there'd be that black garbage can. And I know for a fact there was at least one time where you were punching me or poking me into it while Matthew and all that were just standing there watching. And I was screaming and yelling for help because you're beating me into it. And I was moving and so I'm crunched behind the door in the garbage can.
Oh my, wow.
Do you not remember
Audience,
this?
I want you to know this is gaslighting 101.
Do you really not remember this?
Actually, to be fair, I think I remember the
you do it because you used to do it.
Because of the stabbing thing, that's absolutely something.
I know. Yeah, you used to get me. You used to do that. And you used to bully me. And then you got diabetes and you got knocked down a few pegs.
To be fair, when I did that, I did think we were messing around and having a good time.
I didn't. I was being bullied.
I
was being bullied. I feared for my life.
No, you're saying this, and I'm really worried that you are playing like a really long con gaslighting thing.
100%. And I know. I have a history of screwing around and doing a bit for a long time. This is not a bit. You did bully me.
I didn't bully you.
I was not into the fun part of it. You assaulted me behind the garbage cans.
It wasn't bullying.
You bullied me.
It wasn't bullying.
You bullied me until you got diabetes.
I'm not a bully, I swear.
You bullied me until you got diabetes. You bullied me until you had diabetes, and then once you had diabetes, I just kind of didn't care about you because you kind of got knocked down a few pegs.
Wow, you just didn't care about
me.
Well,
it was the diabetes and the ruler kill list that really knocked you down a few pegs.
Fucking ruler kill list.
Those two things really worked together to really just, you were no longer my bully.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have any bullies after that. You were my only bully, really.
Wow, I can't believe I've been considered a bully. This is news to me.
But you're my friend now, so.
Yeah, I know, but to consider that I was a bully, I never thought about
Objectively, you were.
Wow, who knew?
I mean, you weren't I never told anybody on you.
Wow.
I didn't
I'm
really.
gonna post this on Reddit and see if I'm the asshole, man. I gotta double check with Reddit on this
Am I
one.
the asshole for assaulting my friend behind the garbage can at school?
I don't remember this, but he says I did it. Am I being gaslit, Reddit?
Am I the asshole? I don't remember this, but my friend recently told me this. I used to assault my friend behind the garbage can at school. I thought we were just joking around, but he thought I was bullying him. Am I the asshole? You know what Reddit would say? Dude, fuck him. You were not a bully. You were playing around. Actually, you get completely split down the middle.
It would. I think it'd be like you're both the asshole. He's gaslighting you, but
everyone's the asshole. Like, I know one of them comes to be like, there's missing context here, okay? What were you bullying? What were you guys playing over?
right, honestly.
There's gonna be at least one that's gonna be like, what? There's missing context here. No.
Okay, but 100% serious. 100% serious.
100% serious. You used to bully me. I thought you were bullied me.
Okay, but my question is like 100% serious. Did I ever threaten you with a needle? Like a legit?
Legitimately, yes.
Are you fucking serious?
More jokey. Like, it was clearly like we were messing around. But you did you legitimately, multiple times,
Oh my god.
would like grab my collar and like come at me with a needle. You never like actually got close enough to actually hurt me, but you always like you came in and you'd like hold it there and you'd do that for a good like
It sounds
30 seconds.
so cringe and so evil that I think I blanked it out of my memory. Wow.
I didn't. I've been traumatized by it.
I'm a bad person. Oh my god. I'm a horrible person.
You actually did it recently.
What?
Not to that the extent you used to. But I think we were out to lunch like last year, and we ate, and you were about to do your insulin, and I made a joke, and my hand was on the table, and you slapped it down, and you started bringing it in. But again, not to the extent you used to. You used to grab me and like physically hold me close and get close to me.
I don't remember.
But when you grab my hand, you grab my hand, and you just like lift it up, you're like, "Do you want me to?" And I apologize.
The only time I can ever remember. The only time.
I remember it all. I was traumatized by it all.
The only time I can think of, I think there's one time where I had just opened it up and I put the case and I screwed it on, and because it's like a double case.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's like a big thing and you have to pop it off, and then there's like a little mini one that you have to pop off, and then the needle's there. And when you first screw it on, they were like on really tight, so there's like no danger of like accidentally stabbing someone.
Accidentally stabbing someone.
And it was just I remember very clearly just turning and just kind of going, and I think
I remember that.
and that was you, wasn't it?
It wasn't me.
Yeah. And I remember Liam freaking out. I go, man, I'm just playing. It's just the.
I know, because you had told us or something about like how like it was bad. It was like really deadly, dangerous if you did that. Stuck at me with that, and then you did that to me.
God, I feel like a fucking asshole now. God, I don't even need to go to Reddit for this one.
I'm telling you for years. Actually, I haven't. Wow, look at that. You have your revelation on the podcast. Are you gonna be a better person now?
No, because I'm gonna have to walk out this room believing that you're gaslighting me, so
I
I
am
can,
100%.
so I can feel a bit better about myself.
100% truth. Okay, I've not done a bit. I've not made it like lied or anything during this.
It's scary because
These
you're
are
saying all
100%
this, but this could be a bit in and of itself. And I'm gonna walk out this room, and this recording's gonna end, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, none of that's true.
No.
None of that happened. You did it one time, and
100%. You did it multiple times.
Wow.
You were my childhood bully.
Wow.
You were my only bully.
Oh,
Actually, I did have like two.
from bully to
2 or 3.
lovers.
No.
50K fic.
No.
Read it now on Wattpad.
No, but
No?
I would say you were like the one I remember most. I did have a few.
Wow.
I was a kid that got bullied.
Wow.
I didn't
See,
get
I
bullied.
always thought I was a kid that got bullied. Man, that's a
Yeah, you.
bully mentality, eh?
Yeah. There. Yeah, you thought you would be the bully. No, I did have a few.
Oh, really? Well, who's the other one? If there's me.
So I did block it out. I remember you because we became friends. I haven't talked to either of them since.
Wow.
You know, because they were my bullies.
Fair enough, yeah.
I wouldn't talk to you if you hadn't dated Cassidy. I'm gonna leave the name in. If you hadn't dated her, I probably wouldn't have talked to you again.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Man, I guess there was a positive coming out of that. Shit, man. Look at that. Goddamn. Okay, well then, you know what? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Actually.
I appreciate that.
Shit, man. I never even realized.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got over it.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
But
we're friends.
I thought you did realize that you were the okay.
I never,
I
dude. I don't even remember having.
That's the thing.
I'm I want you to know. I'm
I
genuinely
know.
sorry.
I know. No, I I realize it really doesn't bother me anymore.
Oh,
But no, you,
I'm glad.
for a few years, you were like, you were my childhood bully. You were my childhood bully.
I feel like fucking horrible, man.
We were my closest friends now, so like,
I'm really glad. I'm really glad. You're like one of my best friends.
You like turned it around.
Made the fucking comeback of the century.
I'm one of your best. I wouldn't say you're one of my best friends.
Well, I'll take what I can get. Shit, man.
Yeah, no. Like, yeah, no. Younger you?
Man, you're gonna be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, you were. If someone asked me about like, you and Cameron, like, you guys are pretty good friends. Like, how long you been friends? Oh, like only a few years. He was my childhood bully, and then he dated a girl in my friend group, and now I'm friends with him.
Yeah, just how it be.
That's how it works.
God.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Talking about like childhood bullying and everything. It's really funny because one of my earliest memories of you was you sticking ice down my back as a prank.
We did.
That's
Everyone did that to everyone.
I think the only reason I took it so harshly was because Preston was the one talking to me to coordinate it, and I hated Preston. You can leave it in that too. I don't care.
I don't care.
Preston can know.
He was actually one of them.
What?
He
Was
was
one of you?
It's like small.
Oh, see, Preston was my.
See, he like the thing that was like me and Preston were like friends,
Mm.
and then one day he just flipped for some reason and just became like this like major bully.
I don't know what happened to that.
I think I've told you the story
You have, yeah.
of him. Like we were pretty close friends. Like I wouldn't say like we were like close, but like
Friends.
we were friends. You know, I would go out of my way to hang out with him. He wasn't like a friend of proximity. We'd hang out. Our parents were friends. You know, I go over to his house a few times to hang out. And then one day, out of nowhere, he came to, and this is like in like 5th grade. He came up to me. He was like, "I hope you don't like this school that much because you're about to get expelled. My mother's talking to the principal." Out of nowhere, and he walked away. And I was kind of in shock. I was like, "What the hell?" And I don't remember who else, but they came up with like, "Liam, what did you do to Preston? Because I heard that you're going to get called to the principal's office." And he completely convinced me that I was about to be expelled. So like I was like just freaking. I was losing my shit, freaking out completely. Came home from school. I'm like crying to my parents, telling them. So they call his mother or whatever. They called school to actually find out what's going on. Complete bullshit. He's lying to me completely. But I came the next day like, my parents said they weren't. He's like, yeah, because they're lying to you, okay? And he like doubled down for it for like an entire week. The week after that, came up to me and this like, wasn't like a bully, but like he was a fake ass friend. Because the week after he came up to me, he's like, Liam, I want to say I'm sorry about that. I really didn't mean it. My mom said that if I did that, she'd buy me an iPad.
His mom was an asshole too.
Yeah, she was.
She was like.
I thought she was a nice lady until he told me that, and I was like, I don't even care if you're lying to me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, my mom told me she'd buy me a new iPad if I told you that you were getting expelled.
Yeah, his mom did some fucked up shit.
We were like, up to that point, I thought we were really good friends. And after that, I was wow. And then he kind of did go out of his way to like bully me a little bit. For whatever reason, he did that, and like, of course, I'm not gonna be like, oh, no worries, okay, but it's all cool. I did kind of like take that personally, and like, that's like, oh, I was like, why? Like that, I thought we were friends. Like that's so screwed up. And yeah, and I just from that point on, he would like not actively go after me, but like if he had the opportunity, he would do it. Like he pantsed me like 3 times. Damn. Like that was one of the worst ones when we'd be doing gym in the field, and they'd run up like, they pants me. I'm like, guys, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, no, that's fucked. But yeah, his mom. What was it? He came up to me and he's like, because I used to wear jogging pants all the time.
Yeah.
Because I hated jeans when I was a kid. I love jogging pants. I wear jeans all the time now.
Yeah, me too.
Right? But he came up to me. He's like, my mom made a bet that you'd wear jogging pants today. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck's wrong with your mom? Like,
yeah, she was weird because she was like, he was like the rich kid.
He was,
because he got literally everything he wanted.
Yeah, he's a spoiled rich.
He's
kid.
a spoiled rich. That's kind of like after he told me like my mom said she would buy me an iPad. I was like, wow, you're just an ass.
Right? Yeah.
You're just a spoiled rich kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I don't want your friend.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm happy he laughed.
I am too. He reached out to me once.
He added me on Snapchat. Did I tell you about that?
You did. I think I was there when he added you, and you were just like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Yeah,
We're friends.
Motherfucker added me after like, because he left in grade 7.
Yeah.
This was like what, summertime? This summer he added me, so
Yeah, it
almost,
was recently.
Yeah, like 7 years later, no contact. I never meant to see this kid again. He adds me on Snapchat, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, and he never acknowledged anything. Like it was almost like he just quick added me.
He never acknowledged anything ever.
Yeah, and he's going to be a firefighter and shit. And it's just like, huh. Ugh. I guess not all firefighters are good people then, I suppose.
Guess I'm gonna have to perish in a fire then.
Right? Fuck.
He's gonna show me like, hey, Liam, you want the hose? Huh? Remember how I used to mess with you as a kid? Like, I'm just joking with you, Liam. All right, you have a good time. I'm kidding.
That's exactly what he fucking do too.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, I had a few, but you were like the biggest one. You were my biggest childhood bully.
I'm so sorry.
So good.
I really am sorry.
I know. Okay, I know. We're good now. We're good. Things are good. We've made amends. We're friends now.
I feel bad because I didn't realize. So I don't think I've ever properly apologized for it. So I want to properly apologize.
But I never really went for apology.
Fair enough, but I feel like I should apologize because I mean, shit, about your biggest childhood bully. I mean, fuck, man. Like I want to apologize. Like I really did think we were playing. I didn't mean to bully you, man.
That's what bullies think. They're just playing.
No, some bullies are out to get you, thrown, man.
Preston thought he was out to get up.
Yeah. Preston knew what he was fucking doing.
He did.
Damn, I didn't. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I know I came on saying it, but like I really am.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, me too. You're a solid friend. So back to what originally started all this.
Yeah.
You remember when we used to get needles at like school? What year did you join the school?
Grade 4.
Grade 4. So you were there for one of the needle years where we got like the flu shots and stuff.
Yes, because I remember very specifically one year. I'm not. We've been name dropping a lot. Is it okay if I?
Zoe.
Yeah.
Who passed out from it?
Yeah, I fucking cry and then just fucking pass out. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I very clearly remember that.
Grades. That was. Oh, I don't think so. I used to have a deathly fear of needles. I was petrified. When I got to school, it wasn't as bad. The worst story, and I actually used this like in grade 6. I kind of like gotten around to it, and so people were freaking out. I would tell them the story like, can't be worse than this. When I was little, I think I was like 4 or 5 maybe. My parents took me to go get flu shots, and in my mind, I remember it this way, but I know it was not. Like in my mind, it was like a prison camp. Like they had like chain link fences everywhere, and you went to like this area, and the nurse just sitting there, and they got the needle like, take a seat. And I was deathly afraid of needles, and I feel real bad because my parents actually blamed me for traumatizing my sisters.
Wow.
Because they went, my sisters were afraid because this is their first time getting shots, and they're like, Liam, will you go first to be the brave example? I was like, okay. So I walk up to the sit down in the chair, and she takes the alcohol and she rubs my arm. Lost my shit. I start screaming and crying, and of course I black out. Like in my memory, I black out. But I was told by my parents that by the time they were like 3 steps away from me. By the time they caught me, I was almost at the top of the chain link fence, and they're like 8-foot chain link fences. That she'd rubbed the alcohol on my arm. I had freaked out, and I climb up this chain link fence, screaming and crying, my ears, my like heart out.
Child.
Climbing up, they finally grabbed me and pulled me back down. But I was screaming, and like I'm like death grip up there, screaming, losing it. So I traumatized my sisters. I traumatized all these other kids around me because they see me lose my shit after going to get a needle. They found me getting down, sticking me with it, and then we move on. That was my worst one. We went like the next year or whatever. I was a little bit better. I was still crying, but I didn't bolt up a chain link fence. But I worked really hard because when I get to school, I was like, oh my god, I can't do this in school. I can't start breaking down crying in front of people. So I got it under control for the most part. And then in grade 6, I kind of was like desensitized to needles. Like I was like, oh, whatever, it's just gonna happen. But people were freaking out in the line because they made us line up. Remember, because later on, like they went on to like this group of people, please come with us. At one point, it was just like a big long line where you just like you'd slowly take a step forward, walk into the classroom, take a seat, get it, walk out the other door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we were going, and people were like freaking out. And Zoe goes in there, and she passed out. So the line stopped because she passed out.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember Kim?
Yeah.
She threw up.
Did
Remember
she
that?
throw up? Oh.
Or maybe it wasn't Kim. It was someone who threw up. They went to go do it, and they threw up. And they stopped us again.
No, wasn't that? Was that Kim or was that Abby?
Oh, maybe that was Abby.
They're a bit of a group, weren't they?
The three of them were a group.
Yeah,
That's the
three of
thing.
them
They
were a
were
group.
an item. They were always together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Birds
Two
are
of them,
feather.
one passed out, one threw up. I think
Yeah.
one was fine. Might have been Kim, might have been Abby. It was so long ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, that year my bullying was overshadowing everything else.
He's not gonna let this go now. Now that he's brought it up, I'm never gonna hear the end of this.
No, never.
But
Yeah, they did that, and I was fine. But when she passed out, started being less fine. I still tried to use it to like, hey guys, but then I started trying to turn it into freak other people out more than me.
you're a fucking monster.
Because I was starting to freak out. I'm like, okay, how do we get out of this without being like really embarrassed? I don't want to lose my shit. So, big brain time. Let's make people freak out worse than me, so I seem like a lesser extent. It didn't really work.
Yeah.
It did work for a few people. I don't remember who, but I did get a few people to like cry and like start like shaking as they got we got to the door of the classroom. They're watching and they're just like,
You're a monster. Oh my god. And I'm the childhood bully.
You are.
Maybe he deserved it.
You were my childhood.
Audience, leave a comment down below. Did Liam deserve it? Comment yes if yes. Comment no if yes. Thank you for your support.
But I didn't like. I wasn't like trying to like scare them. I was just trying to get more of a reaction. So it was less I was trying to scare them, and more I was trying to get them to react more.
So you're trying to get content out of them from early childhood.
I was trying to make it
young.
seem. I was trying to blend in.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be the only one in my group crying. If I did start crying, so I was trying to get other people to like cry or like shake or have something so like no one was gonna say anything about me. Like if people are all around me like crying and stuff, and I'm crying too, no one's gonna say like, "Oh, Liam cried during the needles." And I'm like, "Yeah, you too." It didn't really work. It worked a little bit. I didn't cry though. Got down, and I don't remember that year. Literally the best nurse I've ever had. I sat down, and she was like, "All right." She was like, she's like, "You look that way." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Something about classes." And I'm like, "Oh, well, we have a test." She's like, "Okay, you're done." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Literally, I didn't even realize she'd done it all, and she's like, "Okay, you're done." Like complete. I was like, I walked out. I was like, "Oh my god!" And then someone threw up.
Always a bigger fish. Always a bigger fish. Man.
Look, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get someone to be a bigger fish than me. It worked.
Wow.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
to the girl.
do anything for them.
The person that threw up, I had no part in that. I hadn't even talked to her. Literally said nothing. She was like a group behind me. Yeah, puked as soon as I walked out of the room. I was like, don't mind if I do.
Skip that one.
Skip that one. But yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, I think that year, I remember they gave me a stress ball. I think I very distinctly remember like asking like, can I keep it? And the lady's like, no, you can't. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. I think I was nervous, but I don't think I cried.
See, I didn't cry. The last time I cried during getting a needle was when I was like the little kid.
Yeah, same here.
As soon as I started going to school, I didn't. It like really didn't affect me. It's like now, like even for a while, I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go get needles. Now, I'd be like, oh yeah, I should go get a needle. Yeah, why not? And I'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my COVID booster. My parents were like, Liam, here's your appointment. I was like, oh okay.
Right.
Went all the way there, fill out the paperwork. I feel like an adult when I fill out paperwork in a doctor's office.
The little form that you have to sign.
I know. Like I know it's like such basic information that like a 12-year-old could probably fill it out. But I feel like such a successful adult when I'm like, my name, I know my name,
I know that one.
Date of birth. Yeah. Aren't you gonna be so impressed? I'm 19. Yeah. I feel so successful. I feel so accomplished.
Wow.
I still hate the doctor though.
No, fair enough.
I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I have not been to the doctor
Oh yeah.
in like 5 years.
I wish I could say the same. These motherfuckers checking up on me monthly.
Yeah.
Fucking
Literally. I mean, yeah, I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like going to the dentist. I don't like going anywhere. I will go to the I will go if someone makes an appointment for me. So I'm not going to skip an appointment unless I have a good reason.
Right.
But I will not make my own appointment. I will not go on my own. So yeah, and I remember there was one time, at a friend's birthday party, and my mother had scheduled a doctor's appointment for that day.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I don't want to go. And like, well, you have to. I'm like, but I have to leave the party early then. And like, we'll bring you back. It's like, I said no, I don't want to. Like, Liam, wasn't the question. I was like, fine, see if you can get me. And we were skating, and they show up. I'm like, and his friend's mom was like, Liam, your mom's here to pick you up, take you to the doctor. I was like, damn it, dude. So I go, I get in the car. She's like, wasn't that hard, was it? I'm like, look, I can move just fine. I can breathe just fine. Let me go back to the party. I don't need a doctor. I know I'm healthy. And like, Liam, like, if nothing hurts, I don't need to go. And like, Liam, we're going. I went. Guess what? I was fine.
I was waiting for I had stage 3 cancer.
No, literally, the doctor was like, yeah, Liam, you're doing just fine. Doing just fine. Yeah, like, everything's all good? Yeah. All right, excellent. Perfect. Walk out, I'm like, we get in the car, and I was like, so? Ready to go back? I was like, I told you I was fine. He literally said the same thing I did. Maybe I could be a doctor. And then I got a death look, and I just shut up until we got back to my friend's house.
That's the smartest thing you've done.
Yeah. It was. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and then she gave me a death look. I was like, oh no.
That's when you know. That's when you know.
I'm gonna end it before I go any lower.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to the doctor in like 5 years.
I think I went like a month or two ago. So it's.
I feel like I should go.
Mm.
But then there's also like the thing of like I don't like doctors, but at the same time it's like it's been so long since I've been. I don't want the judgment.
See, I don't worry about the judgment. I just the problem I have with doctors.
Well, last time you got diagnosed with diabetes. So
that's not the last time I went. That's not even like the top 10 last times I went. You fucker. But the problem I have is there's a lot of stupid people out there, and a lot of stupid people with diabetes who don't know how to like manage it.
Yeah.
So I'll like walk in, and then they'll be like explaining something that they explained to me like a long time ago. They're like, so just remember that, like, you know, when you count your carbs, and it's like, yeah, I've been doing that for like years now. Like, what, right?
Yeah.
They keep on like, okay, maybe we can change your ratio. And it's like, I change my ratio when I need to. I can think for myself. And so that's my big problem is I always find it very redundant.
That's fair.
I mean, it's really good to go in and maybe sometimes get advice, but it's like, to me, it's like, they tell you something. It's like, I'm already doing that. Like, you're telling me, it's like, and then sometimes I won't even follow their advice because I know my
better.
body.
You know better.
Honestly, I hate saying that because it's like they're a doctor. They went to medical school. I hate saying that, but it's like sometimes it'd be like, oh, you had a really bad week here. And it's like, yeah, and I can explain it. I was sick. I had exams. My blood sugars fuck up, especially from school to summer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My blood sugars always get fucked up, and they always call me around that time, and they go, "Oh, we should change something." I go, "No, it's because when I'm in school, I fuck up my food routine, and I get on a new food routine when I go into summer."
Yeah.
Every single time, and it fucks up every single time, and then going back, same exact thing, fucks it up, and they always go, oh, "Maybe we should change something." It's like, no. We don't have to. And like, well, maybe we should think about it. It's like, no, I'm not thinking. I know what's wrong. Like, just give it a month and it'll level itself out.
I love that.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, at this point, it's kind of like it's been so long since I've gone. I'm only going if there's an issue. Because they're already lecturing me about something, so they can just lecture me about going more.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't want to go and be like, Liam, it's been 5 years since the last appointment checkup. What's been going on? Because I can't be like, oh, I've been busy with school. Like, oh, Liam, it's been 5 years. Oh, I've been busy with what? I've been doing like schoolwork. Like, it really piles on. It really piles on during the year.
It really does add on, It's just
it really piles on over those 5 years.
Really stressful.
It says here you took a year off.
That was a decompression year. It was a me year.
I took that year for me. Yeah. Need a little me time.
I'd say you should go though. If it's been 5 years, you never know. You don't want to catch it when you're showing symptoms. You want to catch something early.
I know that's true, I know it's true.
But you're not going to listen to it.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
listen.
no. I'm throwing it out there so the audience knows I'm a good friend. But
You're compensating for being a bully.
yeah, fuck you. You never really live that down.
No, see, like I know that's true. I know I should go,
Mhm.
but I'm just not going to.
Yeah, no, it's
Until something feels off,
Mm.
I'm probably not gonna go.
It's a guy thing. It's a guy thing.
It is a guy thing.
Yeah, I swear, every guy that I know is like, yeah, I don't want to go to the doctors. Every woman I know though, they're like, yeah, I'll go to the doctors if I need to. It's
I
like,
know.
yeah.
I wish I could be like that.
Oh, I don't know if I ever told you about this. Talking about doctors. Did I tell you I went to go check for testicular cancer? Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, I went into. It was a while ago. A while ago. But I went to check in for testicular cancer.
Worried about that?
What?
You were worried?
Okay, so what happened?
You're just like in the shower. You're like feeling yourself up. You're like, Mom, there's 3.
Shut the fuck up. What happened was
Mom, my testicles match my nipples.
Shut the fuck. Fuck you. Oh, wow, he's just exposing me like that. Fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were compensating, making up for being a bully.
No, see, and you're compensating for being bullied now, so when the roles are reversed, and I gotta keep the power balance in check.
Once a bully, always a bully, I guess.
I hate you. I hate you so much. There's a poster at Mount Royal, and it's like talking about like testicular cancer, and it was like, I'm not sure if the data was off that they put on, but if I remember correctly, it was like 1 in 3 guys have it, and I got real freaked out, and so I went home, and it's like you did a little, and I was like, I the problem is, right? They go, feel for abnormalities. But, like, I'm not feeling my balls all that often to, like, know what's normal. And I'm not feeling other people's balls to know what's normal. So I'm like, is this normal? Is this... Oh, God. So I got a booked appointment. They scanned it. And you know what? And people asked me when I told them, like, oh, was it, like, awkward? Because it was a female physician, too.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, was it awkward? I'm like... It was actually funny because of how kind of, like, sterile the environment was and how, like, non-sexual it was. I didn't even, like, nothing happened. Nothing weird about it happened.
It happened. Porn lied to me. When a female doctor checks it, something's supposed to happen.
What
the internet told me that was...
I was lied to.
I was lied to.
No, but I was just like, because we're like, oh, was it hard? It's like, no, I didn't get a boner. Because it was just one of those awkward situations where it's like, it wasn't sexual at all. So it's like, not, your body's not like, ooh, what's going to, right? So it was like, they checked though.
Yeah.
And then they called back and they're like, yeah, no, you're perfectly fine.
Excellent.
Nothing's wrong. I think they said, oh God, do I want to share this on the podcast? Fuck it, for the views, right?
Yeah, for the views.
For the views. I think it was my left nut had like, can't remember what it was. It wasn't like an abnormality, but it's just like, it was something with like, yeah, we saw something there, but like, it's nothing like cancerous or worrisome.
That's good.
Like I want to say they called my left nut a little bit abnormal, but like, there's no abnormalities.
It was I'm Cameron abnormal left nut.
No, it's normal right nut. My left nut's the abnormal one. Come on.
What's up, girl? My name's Cameron. One of my nuts is abnormal. Want to find out?
You can't tell, but when you feel of it, yeah, I get maced immediately.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was like the one time that I very much booked my own doctor's appointment.
That's fair.
Other than that, it's like diabetes. One for my throat, which I hate going to.
That's fair.
But yeah.
I'm a selfish person. I kind of want to get, actually, I kind of want to get like something treatable, but I can like milk it for like pity.
Mm.
Be like, guys, I have testicular cancer.
Please feel my balls to make sure that I have it.
Please pity me. My life will never be the same. But I'll just be fine. Mostly.
On that topic, I actually find out.
What topic? The cancer?
Yeah.
Or the testicles?
Cancer. Oh, I was about to say testicles. No, the cancel.
No.
The cancer. The cancer.
The cancel?
Yeah, I know.
Let's cancel cancer.
Listen, we've been talking for a hot minute here.
56
all right?
minutes.
We've been talking for a hot minute.
8
I'm
minutes.
starting to lose brain cells. All right, give me a break.
I am too.
I've always joked that like, if I was ever to get another thing, I'd want to get cancer. I don't care what stage. It would be the funniest thing to me
Why?
Because it would mark off my fucking bingo. My medical bingo.
We actually did make that once.
Did you guys actually make it?
Yeah.
Nice. Because like I
Didn't
got
really take off. Elijah Bingo took over.
yeah, Elijah Bingo was great, but
Yeah.
like I have
It just felt kind of bad making fun because we're like, oh, this is kind of mean, right?
if we get cancer, that's not like it's only funny in theory, but like if he gets it, then we
Realistically, if you got cancer, it'd be like, hey guys, thanks for coming for lunch. Yeah, man, wings. You guys my closest friends, and I wanna tell you, hey, can I get your order started? I just need a minute, guys. You're my closest friends, and I feel really safe telling you this, and it's really hard. Cameron, are you getting buffalo sauce for all of them? Guys, just let me finish. Let me finish, okay? I have cancer.
yeah, bingo.
You're like, Adam, like, I got bingo, guys. Fuck all of you. I got bingo.
That's it. Definitely be Adam to get it too.
And he's like, oh, and then after a little while, I'll be like, guys, don't treat me any differently. Like, I have cancer, but I'm still here with you. I'm like, well, then why'd you tell us? You ruined the vibe. You ruined the vibe.
You ruined the vibe like really early on. Like you could have told us like as we were leaving.
Cameron, you could have told us if it was terminal, okay? If it's treatable, it's nothing. Who cares?
If you're gonna lose some hair, just don't whine to us about it. Like
just wear a hat more.
Seriously, yeah, dude. Like that'd be exactly how it happened. Fucking hell.
No, I don't know. Sometimes it's like that dark fantasy where it's like I want to be the center of attention.
Oh yeah.
I want cancer.
Oh, I totally understand.
Or like, you ever broken a bone?
No, actually. Oh, okay. To be fair, I may have broken a bone when I was really young.
Nice.
I may have broken my nose.
That's why it looks fucked up.
Really hitting some insecurities here.
Sorry.
Wow.
It looks
and
fine.
I was the bully. Can you imagine that? I was the bully back in elementary.
I learned from the best.
I'm being gaslit. He was the bully from the start.
I was never the bully.
He's garnering sympathy. He's made me feel so bad. This is Stockholm syndrome.
It's not.
It's
it's
the
not.
platonic version of it.
No, it's not. I've ever told you about the time I tried to break a bone.
Did you try to break a bone?
I did try to break a
How
bone.
the fuck did you break?
Try. I didn't actually.
How did you try?
I jumped off a playground.
Why the fuck?
I was like, I don't know. I don't know the logic behind it. I was like 12, 13. I was like, I want to be a center of attention. I want people to like care about me. I want people to care about me. I want people to focus. I was like, I know, I'm gonna break a bone. I've never done that before. It can't be that hard. People do it all the time. So this is my master plan. I drank no milk for a week, and then I got on the playground and I jumped off the top. You know what I got?
What?
I scraped the hell out of my arms and legs. I went home, and I cried while I put the alcohol on all the wounds. I never did it again.
Truly a mastermind.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I just said I tried. I clearly didn't succeed.
Truly, yeah, apparently.
But yeah, no, I jumped off to try and break a bone, and I ended up just hurting my ego and all of my skin.
Did you ever actually break a bone though? Like ever?
I've literally never broken a bone. I have. This is actually. I have. Fuck, I remember what I forget what it exactly was. I bruised my cartilage or like the inside of my kneecap when I was like 13. I want to say I was young. And Jimmy like really hurt to run or something.
Okay.
And I went home and I was like using ice, and I woke up like it was like a Friday, and then the weekend I woke up like Sunday or like Monday morning, and my kneecap was like different color. It was swollen, it was discolored, and it hurt like hell to walk.
Damn.
So I went to the doctor. He like checked it, and like I get really squeamish with like moving your body in ways it's not supposed to. It's like people who can like pop their kneecap out.
Oh, okay.
It makes me kind of squeamish, and that's what he did. He put his fingers on each side of it, and he like pressed it and he tried to pop it, and I don't know why, but they did like scans and stuff, and then coming back like, so this is what it is, and yeah, I bruised the inside of my kneecap. Or like I think I bruised inside of my kneecap and wore away cartilage.
Jesus.
So I was like, it was like scraping, and like it wasn't as smooth as it was supposed to be, so every time I moved it hurt. So it was, yeah, it was pretty bad. I had to like I couldn't do any physical activity on it for like a month
Oh wow.
because the cartilage plus the bruising.
Mm.
I don't remember exactly what it was because it was a long time ago, but it was something with it was my kneecap, and so I had to stay off it because it was like every time I ran or did anything, it was making it worse.
Wow. Are you better now then, or?
Oh yeah, I'm good now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, now I'm good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I think the only thing I ever had like that, I fell on a tennis racket, fucked up my knee. It was just like a really big bruise. My teacher told me to walk it off. And I was like, I think I was like crying, like it really hurt. Because I think like the hard part hit like here.
Yeah.
And like the lines indented into my knee. Like I fell hard.
Oh.
It hurt. And my teacher told me to walk it off because he didn't realize. And my mom was like really mad because I came home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What happened to your knee?" And I told her. I was like, I remember my teacher's name, Rick. I was like, Rick told me to walk it off. And she took a picture of it. And then I think she sent it. And he like profusely apologized. Cause
he should have.
He didn't, because he didn't realize. Because I don't think you could see the bruise.
Okay.
He thought I just like fell and I was like crying. And
Yeah.
he was like, just stand up.
Walk it off, you pussy.
That's what it felt like as a kid. And I was like, it hurts. And the only other time I fell. Have you ever been running?
Yeah.
And your legs just kind of give out?
Actually, yeah.
You know that feel?
Yeah.
That happened to me in elementary. And I fell. It was like slow motion. Like it was almost like I was like sinking. I was like, what the fuck's going? And I fell.
Oh.
And I hit nothing but my knees. I had rocks embedded into my knees.
I had that once.
Did you? Oh.
When the school playground used to have rocks in it.
Oh yeah.
We were playing, I think, grounders or something, and I was doing I was hanging off the side of it.
Oh okay.
And I was like trying to I don't know, instead of crawling across, I was like trying to do the flip around backwards, and I let go with one hand. I was doing the swing, and then they kneed my hand, so I let go, and so I ended up falling that way, and I pulled my knees came out under me, and I landed on the rocks, and oh my god, Liam, you okay? I was like, I don't know, and I came down they're kind of freaking out, like Liam, can you walk? I was like, and I got up and I had rocks embedded all the way down.
Oh.
There were some deeper than others, but all the way down my shin on both legs, starting at the knees, and it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad, and that isn't even the worst injury I've gotten.
Really? What's the worst one you've gotten?
Worst one I've gotten. Have I told you about my bike trip to the ice caves?
I don't think you have.
Okay, so I was in a scout group.
Okay.
And one of the trips we wanted to do was go to the ice caves and camp there overnight. Okay. But it's like a 12 6-kilometer bike ride there. Because you can't take any motorized vehicles outside the parking lot, so it's like a long trail. So we take the bikes there, we hide them, we camp that night, come out the next day, and we're like, okay, cool. And going there, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of uphill. There's one place where it's a really big uphill, it's gravel, and you go down, and then you have to turn because there's a river right there. Gotcha. So it's gravel, and so we're coming back the next day, and we're going, and I've got my backpack on, and it's full of camp stuff, so it's kind of heavy. So we're going, we're pedaling, and we come to the hill, and we start going down the hill. And I'm like, okay, I'm speeding up a little bit. So I start using my brakes, but because it's gravel, it's not really catching anything to stop. Because on concrete, when you do it, it kind of just skids. Yeah. With gravel, it just kind of
bumps over. Yeah.
Moves the rocks to the side. You're still going if you have speed, momentum. So I was going, and I'm coming to the turn. I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm trying to brake, and it's not braking. Oh. And I'm like, okay, I'm braking. I'm gonna try to go into the turn. So I fly through the turn, and then it's a little uphill another way. So I fly through the turn, and I slow down as I go up and see what's going on with my brakes. And so I go to turn, but I turn a little too much. So I go, and the back comes right out from under me, and it swings, and I slide. I slid 15 feet with my bike attached to me, rolling. So I skid, I fall. I'm going this way, fall, I skid, and then I kind of flipped onto my other side. And so they finally the leaders come down oh, Liam, you okay? And I get, I'm like, I don't know. It really hurt. I didn't cry. But I was like, oh, I don't know. And they're like, hey, Liam, did you hear it? I was like, no, I don't think so. But I was wearing a helmet, so I was fine. Okay. Oh, and they're like, Liam, stand up. I was like, okay. Oh, because I was wearing jeans, ripped all the way down, both knees. And then I think I'd ripped my shirt too.
Dang.
And so what happened was I had torn a chunk out of my left arm. It was like a big chunk, and so he had put a lot of alcohol and put bandages on it.
Shit.
And I scraped up my forearms from both arms. I think there was like a scrape on my shoulder, and then my left leg, just like kind of like like skinned my knee. Like I skinned my knee and my shin, so I was actually mostly fine on my left. My right, I had gotten like big piece of gravel embedded and like scraped, so like chunk of skin gone, and I actually have a really big scar from like I think here up to here or something,
Dang.
or like on some part of the knee, from it. Yeah, like a massive one that hurt. Oh, and one of my elbows, I also scraped up really badly, and I have a big scar on my elbow because in that I like scraped and like a big piece of gravel like come up and like dug in and then pulled out the other side, so it was like a flap of skin. That was the worst part because he was looking. He's like, "Hey Liam, we're gonna do this. 1, 2," and he peeled the skin off. Because it was like dirt. It was like black because there was so much dirt stuck in it. It was just after a rainstorm, so it was kind of muddy too.
Oh.
So like the gravel dug through, made a tunnel, and then I picked up dirt and stuff. So I had like a little pouch of dirt and shit hanging off my elbow. So they he didn't like peel it, but like he kind of like cut it a little bit. It's like, ready, Liam? 1, 2, 3, and he peeled it right off. And then cleaned it off, and so I came home, and he walks me in the door. He walks up. He's like, "I'm gonna go in first." He opens the door. He's like, "Hey, don't freak out. He's fine. He's a trooper. He did not cry when I was pouring the rubbing alcohol on all of his wounds. I thought he would, because it really stings, and there was a lot. He didn't. Liam's okay." And I come in, and they're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And they tell him, because I walk in covered in bandages.
Yeah, it's like a mummified. Damn.
Yeah, like I like up here, here, and here, and then like just like the skin part, we left it uncovered because I was covered in dirt and mud, so I had to shower anyways. I come in and I'm like, "Hey," and like, "Leah, what the fuck?" And I went to school the next day and I was limping because I'm like limping, like everything's hurting.
Jeez.
Really bad. Yeah, I actually I get a lot of injuries. I have a scar on my ankle, from when my dog he wrapped his leash around my lead around my ankle, and he ran down a pair of stairs, and he yanked me with him, and so I caught myself on the stairs because I was like about to slap my face, but doing that, it went from like the top of my ankle down and peeled skin, point where like moving my foot at all, even stepping, hurt super bad. Like it was so bad. Probably should have gone to the doctor if we just put a bandage and alcohol on it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that was
Wow.
I have other injuries. I have a Harry Potter scar from when I was like 2 running on my sidewalk and I fell and slammed my head into the stairs.
Harry.
Yeah, I fell and slammed my forehead into the stairs, and I had like this little Harry Potter scar on my forehead.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm covered in injuries.
Apparently so.
Not even the worst one. I could do a whole episode on just my injuries.
Jeez. Bonus episode.
Definitely bonus. For next time, because we are
Out of time?
I think so. If the screen wants to turn on. Yeah. We're about an hour and 12 minutes in. So that's a good place to stop.
Do you want me to tell them really quickly my worst injury? It's kind of a fun story if you want me to. All right.
Yeah, go for it. Go right for it.
Actually, I'll tell you the quick ones first. I have one on my pinky, and I'm just trying to see if you can see. Is it? No, because it's not on this pinky. Hold on, sorry. Oh no, okay, yeah. You have to shine the light on it to see the scar, but you can. It's absolutely there. I was peeling potatoes with like a finger peeler, like this, but it was like a rubber one, and so my hands were wet, right? And I was peeling it like this. But it's like the rubber ones, so it has like an opening on the back, and it was like coming loose, and and I took a piece of skin off. Didn't bleed, and then all of a sudden you saw the red, and I was like I don't know if you've ever, because you've had so many injuries, I'm assuming that at one point you've scraped it, and you just see it kind of go, you see like the red dot, and then you just see the blood started.
Yeah. I've actually done that with a peeler too.
Have you really?
I've done it with a peeler, or I've like. And then I got the inside my there's no scar because it was so not deep.
Oh.
But I was like, ow, oh, and it was like the little beads of red, and then all of a sudden they merged together and just bigger. I'm like,
yeah, it's
yeah.
But yeah, I had to put a band-aid and put a glove on to continue to work, and it was actually really nasty because by the end of the food, I
Yeah.
think I changed my glove and my Band-Aid out like a few times because it was bleeding out of the Band-Aid. It was fucking insane. And it got to the point because my next class was gym class too, and I got in, and Mr. Henson, I think Mrs. Unruh talked to Mr. Henson, and Mr. Henson was like, if that doesn't stop bleeding, you can't run. Like, I cannot
Yeah.
allow you to run because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you die on me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, no, it should be. And I think it finally stopped. But yeah, like he was like bleeding through shit.
Oh.
That was I think my second worst. My worst was actually I chipped a tooth. So I didn't say I realized I said I never broke a bone, but like
Technically, it's
technically yeah. I never broke a major bone, but I did chip a tooth. We're playing, and it's the fucking lamest story, and I hate it because of all the sports to break a tooth in. Ultimate frisbee is not the sport you fucking want to do.
Really? Ultimate frisbee.
Ultimate fucking frisbee. We so in grade 11 and 12, I think it was 11. It had to have been 11 because McGregor did it. In grade 11.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, because it was big news too.
Yeah.
Because I think he had to get an ambulance for him.
Because he threw his hand into your face or something?
Okay, so
Or
what happened was...
I know he hit you.
Yeah, so what happened was, in Ultimate Frisbee, we all went out to the field and we were playing Ultimate Frisbee, which is like, I gotta admit, it's a fun sport to watch.
Yeah,
it's like the
but...
lamest sport to play in a gym class. Like, let's just play soccer. Again, if Ultimate Frisbee is not a bad sport, it's just not a fun sport if you're not into it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to be into it. But anyways, Frisbee's flying overhead. And I'm watching it, okay? And it's going that way.
Yeah.
Oh no, what was it? Fuck, I can't remember. Either I was chasing it, or
it was chasing you?
It was no, because I know what happened was while I was running, I didn't look. All of a sudden, as it's coming down, I'm beaming with it, and all of a sudden, as my eye line gets to level ground,
Yeah.
I see him, and I go, "Oh, gunk!" And I'm like a bit like a.
You're a head taller than him.
What happened was he wasn't looking either. We crashed into each other.
Yeah.
My chin hit his forehead.
Okay.
It came down. I bit through my tongue. I didn't bite a piece off, but my tongue was bleeding. I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, what the? I spit, and I picked up my tooth fragment. I still actually have them. And I could feel its opening, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, and I remember getting like, just stay down, just stay down. And I was like, I'm not fucking getting up. Like I had no plan, and I was like spitting out blood.
Yeah.
Like I bit through my tongue and everything, and I had my chin, and we didn't know what happened exactly. It was either my chin or my glasses caught.
Yeah.
And cut open McGregor's head. So there's like he had a cut.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about the whole thing.
Yeah.
There was like I know there was one story I was told because I was told different stories.
Oh, yeah.
One was that he'd like run into he'd like thrown his elbow into your face, and that's how he'd done it. But it would hurt him worse than hurt you.
Oh, and well, because he had something that he wasn't supposed to have head injuries. Like if he had head injuries, he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And checked out. But like he was down for the count. I was up and walking.
Yeah,
Like 10 minutes. I'm just like I would like to go to the dentist, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got filled the same day, so it's all
Nice.
filled up, right? But yeah, it was like within a day I was good. But that was my biggest injury that I can think of. And like I think like 2 weeks later we were playing soccer, and we were lifting up the soccer nets, and someone moved it and hit someone, and I think another head injury or like another tooth or something, and we didn't even get to play that week because they had to call the ambulance. And it was funny too because I didn't realize until like after the class or like midway through, because I'm like, why aren't we playing yet? Why is he on the ground? Oh shit, he's down for the count. Fuck. I felt bad, but yeah, no, it was a cursed field. But that was my worst injury, was the chipped tooth.
Nice.
But by far. But it was funny too. I came back the next day, and I saw McGregor there. And again, he had to go to the hospital. Like,
he had to go full hospital.
I went to the dentist, got filled. I was back home doing my math homework that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he comes back, and we see each other, and he goes, and he had the fucking audacity to go, "Oh, you made it back." And I'm like, "Yeah, I chipped a tooth and bit my tongue. The tongue's already like halfway healed. My tooth got filled." And he goes, "Oh, just after an injury like that, some people take a day off." I'm like, "McGregor, you went to the hospital. If anyone shouldn't be here, it's you. You should be taking the recovery." What do you mean? Oh, I didn't think you'd be like, you're not macho, man. Like you went to the hospital.
He thought he was.
Right, I know. That's a whole other story. But it was just so funny. He was like, I didn't think you would,
Yeah.
I thought you'd take a day off. It's like, I shipped it, dude. It's already done. Like, there's nothing more that they can do. It was really sensitive, but other than that,
Yeah.
that's how
That's
it is.
it.
Right, exactly. It's sensitive for like a week or two, and then it's done. Right?
Yeah.
I remember because I talked to Titus about that too. I was like, dude, did you have a feeling? Like, yeah. I'm like, was it as sensitive? And he's like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna feel it for a while. But I was like, oh okay.
Nice.
But now it's just I always play with it though, 'cause it has like a silicone feel to it.
Yeah.
It feels
Oh
weird,
yeah.
But, yeah. No, that was my worst injury, was getting my chipped tooth, and I guess technically biting through my tongue. But
Nice.
I very much so distinct. There was like drooling blood from it. I was like, oh god. And I picked up the teeth fragments because I could feel it in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh shit, teeth. But yeah, so that's my
Love that.
injury. But
Love that.
yeah,
Right. I feel like it's a fantastic place to end it.
yeah, it's good to me.
Yeah. So glad we got over we finally addressed the fact that you were my childhood bully.
I swear, if you turn off this camera and you go, all right, to be honest, that was all just a bit. None of that was you. I'm gonna fuck you up. If he doesn't post this, you'll
I'll
go
upset
live.
if he assaults me. I'll post a picture on my Instagram. Be like, guys, Cameron beat me up because like Cameron proved he wasn't my bully by bullying me.
He found out I was gaslighting him and made it the truth.
Cameron proved he wasn't a bully by assaulting me until I couldn't walk. No. No, I think that was a great episode.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out to help, to be on it. It was a real pleasure.
The honor's mine.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, sacrifice your family for more views. Thank you for viewing.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching on somewhere, you can leave a review. Leave a review. I love to hear more about what people think of this little shindig I got going. He said it all. Anything you want to shout out?
Shout out to my Instagram, your
Your
boy
boy.
_ Camron.
All right.
No E in Cameron, Camron. Ladies, hit me up. Wink. As you know,
Okay.
trust me, I'm not a bully anymore. I'm a good guy.
Debatable.
Alright.
Oliver, hopefully we'll return soon. If not, you guys will get updated in some fashion. Check out the Patreon link down below for the exclusive segment from today's episode. And with that,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys in the next episode.
Love y'all.
Yeah, love you guys.